Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Beautiful Thursday morning here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise, wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, Uganda, Kenya, or any part of the continent of Africa you are, be it in Europe or in America. Dear friend, you are highly welcome to this very Thursday morning edition. Yes, Thursday morning, the day of our match. Tonight, or later today, is going to be Chelsea-Ghent, UEFA Conference League. Yesterday, I gave you every detail you need to know, all that you need to know about the club Ghent, KAA Ghent. I gave you every detail, their current position on the Belgium Pro League. The Belgium Pro League, their current position, they are third on the Belgium Pro League, scoring 15 goals. Yes, 15 goals in as much as our 9 games. Dear friends, you see, tonight, Chelsea fans, we expecting nothing less than a win. Oh yes, we expect a lot of goals. I will expect a lot of goals in tonight's game. And later in the afternoon, I'll be coming back with my predictions. But for now, at this moment, I want to start with a player or some players that our sporting directors, they scouted over the summer. And you and I, you are there and I, we disagree on some of their scouting. But right now as we speak, these are strikers, and dear friend, they are banging in the goals left and right. They are banging in the goals left and right. No, let us not forget. These are players that we thought they might come in and be a backup to maybe Nicolas Jackson. Victor Osimhen first, Jackson second, then they will now follow. But look, they are banging in the goals, even in the Champions League. Ladies and gentlemen, Jhon Duran has scored 6 goals in 9 games from only one start. Only one start. All the games he's been playing for Aston Villa, he never starts any of the game. He comes in as a substitute. It is only one game that he started from the beginning. But so far, he scored 6 goals in 9 appearances this time. Now, last night's game against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich last night. Aston Villa, Bayern Munich. And this young chap scoring the only goal of the game against Bayern, almighty Bayern. My goodness. Jhon Duran scored in a Champions League against almighty Bayern Munich. Look, I have to be honest. When we heard that our sporting directors, they are scouting on Jhon Duran, I was one of the people that really don't like the idea. I'm like, Jhon Duran, I understand he comes in as a substitute last season for Aston Villa, and he scored goals for them. He's like a superstar. Each time he comes in as a substitute, expect a goal. Expect him to score. He has a scoring instinct in him. And he's not the only one, dear friend. Samu Omorodion has scored 5 goals in 5 games also for FC Porto. Samu Omorodion. Yes, the player from Atletico that we wanted to buy from Atletico Madrid in exchange of Conor Gallagher. But that deal also did not go through. Finally, even though his price tag was so high, but they gave it to Porto cheap. They gave him to Porto cheap, less than 20 million euros to Porto. But when it comes to Chelsea, we were mentioning, close to 40 million. We did not succeed in getting him. FC Porto got him cheap, and he is already banging in the goals for them. 5 goals in 5 games. And out of the 5 games, he made 3 starts only. 3 starts. Remember, Jhon Duran made how many starts? Only 1 start. The rest are all substitutes. Look, I understand. Most of us, we did not believe in the sporting directors until now. I don't know. Maybe there is something they are looking out for in players, talent, but that we, the fans, were not seeing. I believe. You see, there was a lot of criticism for Chelsea FC striker target in the summer. There was so much criticism for the targets that our sporting directors they wanted to sign. We remember Jonathan David. We disagree with them vehemently. We disagree. Jonathan David said, no. Why? But right now he had 10 GA in 12 games. Samu Omorodion, 5 goals in 5 games. Jhon Duran, 6 goals in about 300 minutes. You remember a game of football is 90 minutes, right? Yes. So divide 6 goals divided by 300 minutes. How many minutes per game? Another one is Seho Gurasi, 5 goals in 5 games. Seho Gurasi, 5 goals in 5 games. This is ignoring the obvious top names like Vlahovic. If you want to bring in Victor Gyökeres, Vlahovic, then you are talking about big numbers there. Yet, I mentioned these few names because they are the ones that we Chelsea fans were like, no, we don't need these ones. All of us, we are on Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is all we need. Right now, let me ask you. You see, the club, Chelsea actually agreed to pay 50 million for Jhon Duran. But I don't know what happened. Later on, we didn't sign again. Maybe they were listening to the fans. Right now, I doubt it if 50 million could buy Jhon Duran. Let me hear from you from the comment section. I doubt it if 50 million will be enough to buy Jhon Duran now. If Chelsea is to go in for Jhon Duran, maybe in January transfer window or in the next summer, do you think Aston Villa would be willing to let him go for 50 million again? No, I don't think so. And what amazes me most, I listened to the interview on Jhon Duran with Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, yes. Thierry Henry tried to learn, Portuguese, and spoke Portuguese with him. And when I listened to the interpretation of the question from Thierry Henry and the answer he gave, he said Jhon Duran said he didn't see the goalkeeper off his line. He just knew where the goal was and decided to hit first time on instinct. If you see the goal he scored was a classical goal. I watched the video. Because of copyright issues, I cannot play the video. Classic goal. The truth is that the goalkeeper came off the line. He came off the line. Bayern goalkeeper came off the line. Bayern was actually hitting there. And Aston Villa got them on counter attack. Counter. Heavy one, serious one. And Jhon Duran controlled the ball and lifted the ball above the goalkeeper. Rather, he said he didn't miss the goalkeeper out of the line. He was not aware of that. Or he was like, he received the ball and he knew where the goalpost was. He said, I just knew where the goal was and decided to hit it first time on instinct. Wow. I decided to hit it first time on instinct. That is Jhon Duran. Because of some of us, our target was big striker, Vlahovic, Victor Osimhen, Gyökeres. We ignore this talent, including myself. Maybe by now, Chelsea have been banging a lot of goals. The truth is that we are banging a lot of goals. But look at this guy, Jhon Duran. Now I believe he's going to be worth more than that 50 million. Listen. How many goals did Victor Osimhen score so far? Now he's injured. Just yesterday, I brought you a story on Victor Osimhen where he made a statement that he believed in himself and he also believed that he's worth more than 100 million euros, right? I brought that to you yesterday, dear friends. It is your breakfast. And none of you commented about it. All your focus was on Mikel Obi, Nicolas Jackson, because I spoke about them as well. Well, as we speak, let me just let you understand something here. Victor Osimhen is injured. Victor Osimhen is expected to be out of action for around 6 weeks after suffering a thigh strain while on loan at Galatasaray. Victor Osimhen and his injury issues every season. Now he's out for 6 weeks. Do you know a striker like Osimhen out of your team for 6 weeks? That's 1 month, 2 weeks. You know what it means? And that is a player, some of us, we wanted Chelsea to go in for 120 million euros or 120 million pounds, whatever. He's out with a thigh injury. He'll be out for 6 weeks. The physicality of the Premier League alone should tell you that a player like this coming to the Premier League, are we going in for another Reece James? Even Reece James wasn't injury prone until now. Now we are managing him. So we are going to be adding Victor Osimhen to it. Dear friends, well, it will interest you to note right now as we speak, almighty Real Madrid was beaten last night also in the Champions League. Yes. Real Madrid was beaten last night in the Champions League by ordinary Lille. Just as Bayern was beaten by Aston Villa in the 78th minute. Real Madrid beaten 1-0 by Lille, the French League One side Lille. Yes. And the Premier League, is it 5th position they got last season or 4th? Aston Villa beating. You see, these are top 2 clubs in the world. Oh yes. You take away Real Madrid, the next is Bayern Munich, the whole world. I don't think you doubt that. When it says top clubs in the world, number 1, Real Madrid, number 2, Bayern Munich, the rest follows. You can share the rest for the position for every other club. These are the top 2 clubs in the world. Bayern Munich, number 1, Real Madrid, number 1, number 2 is Bayern Munich, and they both lost their game last night against far lower teams than them. I said it last week. Is it last week or last 2 weeks? The current Champions League format or format that they are using is like a league system. Is our who are on top. Who are the teams that are on top? Who is first on the league table, second on the league table, third on the league table? So with Bayern losing now and Real Madrid losing now, you can imagine their position on the league table. They might end up missing on the last 16, on the quarterfinals. They might end up missing out on the last 16. Dear friends, yes, it's very possible. This time around, the teams that you are going to be seeing on top, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. Aston Villa and Bayern Munich's unbeaten run in 41 Champions League group league phase matches. 41 unbeaten run. What a record is broken. Aston Villa ended Bayern Munich's unbeaten run in 41 Champions League group league phase matches. Yes, it's not just Aston Villa. Likewise, Lille also caused havoc in over 30 unbeaten runs from Real Madrid. Oh yes, let me get that for you. Over 30 unbeaten runs for Real Madrid. Lille also ended Real Madrid's 36 games unbeaten run. 36 games unbeaten run. Lille ended Real Madrid's 36 games unbeaten run in the Champions League. Those are the new records coming out from last night's Champions League, dear friends. Those are the new records. So for you to understand, it is not easy this time around for any club. And by the way, as you can see on your screen, Chelsea fans, this training kit, is it the first time or you have seen it before? For our boys to be wearing pink, my goodness, my girl will be laughing somewhere by now, seeing the men or the boys wearing pink training kit, pink color. Pink color. For me, I think it's the first time I'm seeing Chelsea players in pink. I mean, was this design meant for Chelsea ladies and the guys decided to make use of it for the day or what? Yesterday. Was it meant for our ladies and the guy decided to make use of? Maybe we are short of our own training kit or what? I'm surprised. But it looks nice on them though. Pink color, pink training kit. Dear friends, that is Chelsea for you there. Yes. You see, before I let you go this morning to your breakfast, let me go to some other news, equally important. On team news, on Chelsea team news for tonight's game, Enzo Maresca spoke yesterday at length on many issues. And he spoke about the availability of players for tonight's game. He made it very clear that they are all available except Reece James. He said we try to share minutes. At the moment, it looks like we have players for the cup and some of the league. But it's not like this. We are just trying to give them an opportunity. He explained further on this issue about the players that are playing in the cup, players that are playing in the league, those that are playing in the conference league. He emphasized more on Mudryk and Christopher Nkunku, saying Christopher Nkunku, for instance, was a big player for Chelsea. They bought him as a big player. He is expected to be playing in the Premier League, but due to circumstances, likewise Mudryk. He also emphasized that last game that Mudryk started, he did a good job. But right now as we speak, tonight both Mudryk and Christopher will be starting the game. That does not mean that the Premier League itself, it's only those that are playing that will continue. No. He made it very clear that can change at any time. The Premier League is not for only those that are starting right now, and the conference for those that are playing. No. He made it very clear. It is dynamic and anything can happen going forward. Now, Chelsea staffs don't want to risk anything with Reece James. They are looking at the international break to help him to keep working and to have him available in the best possible condition as soon as possible. That is why Reece James is still not back yet. No risk will be taken on Reece James any longer. That is why our captain is still not part of the squad. Now, Casadei playing in our last game against Barrow, the coach spoke on him also and said, I'm not thinking, the player was actually with the coach at the presser. Yeah, he is a player that represents the playing body with the coach Enzo Maresca yesterday at the press conference. And he spoke. This is what he said. Casadei. He said, and I quote him, I am not thinking to leave Chelsea in January. Not now. It was my decision to stay and not go out on loan after speaking to Maresca. During the summer, he was given the option whether he want to go on loan or he want to stay. He said he made the decision, the choice to stay and not to go out on loan. It was his decision to stay, even if you have to be on a bench. It is his decision to stay. Most of these guys, they really want to become legends in the club, Chelsea. He said, I never had plans to leave permanently. I always wanted to play for Chelsea, one of the biggest teams in the world. One of the biggest teams in the world. And tonight, expect Casadei. He played in the last game, Enzo Fernandez's position, up front in the midfield, And it is expected that you play the same role. Tonight, there are players that I can tell you, they are going to be in the first 11. Mudryk, Christopher Nkunku, Casadei, these three. Yes, the rest, in my next episode, we'll talk about the rest. We'll try to analyze the rest in my next episode. But quickly, before I let you go this very morning, it is your breakfast, and I would not like to take much of your time any longer. Yes, it is what it is. Big shout out to you guys. Let me start with Frederick Amababe on my big shout out this morning. This Thursday morning to you guys. I hope you've enjoyed your night. All right, Frederick Amababe says, so you support your Jackson that will miss 100 chances and score 1, and you sing praise of him. Thanks, Frederick Amababe from Biafra State, Nigeria. My goodness. How will Jackson miss 100 chances and score 1? Jackson is prolific. He will come good. And the work rate of Jackson, guys, do not forget the work rate of Jackson. He provides more to the team than just scoring goals. And so if he's providing more to the team and the team is winning matches, what else do you want? It's not about winning games. All Chelsea wants is winning games. You might have another striker who will not support the team to score goals, and the striker might not be scoring goals, and the team is not scoring. What about that? We've seen it before. But Jackson can provide assists for others to score. So then, what is the big deal in there again? He continues to say, you always pick on Mikel. In Mikel's time, who can bench or who can bench him? Tell me, Mr. Salon Block, Frederick Amabe from Biafra State. Frederick, are you the one saying this? Since when have you been following Chelsea Football Club? Or maybe you just started following football or Chelsea Football Club. Maybe. Then I will advise you, you go back and check very well. Go back and check very well. During the days of Jose Mourinho, his first season, even after he left, Mikel was always a bench warmer. When you have players like Lampard, Ballack, Osimhen, these are top, and who I forgot some of the midfield their names. Mikel was better. As a matter of fact, a player like Osimhen had injury before Mikel began to get playing time. But you see, we are not going into that. I respect Mikel so much. He gave all his best for Chelsea Football Club. The fact that many players came, they couldn't wait on a bench for long. Mo Salah refused to be on the bench and wait for his turn. That is why he left. Kevin De Bruyne couldn't sit on the bench, but Mikel sat on the bench for so long. I respect him for that. He gave Chelsea the opportunity and he grew into games. He learned from the players that are above him. I respect you so much, so don't go there. Maybe you don't know football, or maybe you have not been following football for so long, but it is a fact. It is a fact that Mikel had patience and grew into the game to become a starter in Chelsea, which I appreciate him. I love him for that. I respect him so much. I will not sit anywhere and condemn Mikel. All I'm trying to say is that Mikel should limit his attack on some of the players. Anyway, it is your opinion, my dear friend. Big shout out to you anyway, my brother, Frederick Amabe. All right. He said, please leave Mikel be alone. He's saying what you are not seeing. Even in his days as a player, people still talk about him too. He's saying the truth. Yes, he's saying the truth. I agree with you. But when he was a player, if another ex-player is doing this to him, will he have the confidence to deliver? What we are saying is that people like you can criticize the players, but an ex-player who knows more, it's okay. Let's leave it, dear friend. The next one says, my name is Julius from Nigeria. Maresca is a good manager with so many tactics. When one did not work, another work. That is what I like about him. Before I predict Chelsea, what they are going to play. But how you can tell, scoring a lot of goals back to back. I'm excited watching Chelsea football once again. Big shout out to my brother Julius, yes, from Nigeria. I am enjoying it as well. And I love what you said about the coach. He has, every time going to a game, he has about 2-3 different plans. If this doesn't work, he can easily switches to the next one. Seemingly, So big shout out to you out there, my good friend Julius from Nigeria. The next one says, Maresca has been honest in his press conferences, but I hope we win tomorrow, which is today. David from Ghana. Big shout out to you, David from Ghana. The next one says, talk on Chelsea women, Kakra. Why? Our coach is brilliant. Oh my goodness. He's reminding me to talk about Chelsea ladies. All right. You see, forgive me once again. We will see what we can do about the Chelsea ladies. We shall see. Big shout out to you, Kole Wisdom in GH Ghana. Big shout out to you guys. Well, let me leave you guys here. I'll be back in the afternoon for more exclusives. Remember, tonight, Chelsea Ghent in Conference League. See you in the next one when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.